Let me bring in Justin Turner here, Dodgers third baseman. My Dodgers, by the way. Justin, explain this to me. Did you see the catch by the little leaguer in center field where he went over the wall and they called it an out?
Yeah, I did. That was incredible, man. He full speed running. I don't even know if he knew where the wall was. It looked like he just jumped to catch the ball and ended up flying over the wall. And to do that on national TV on that stage. It's something that he's going to probably have playing in his house for the rest of his life.
Okay. Should it be an out, though, since he caught the ball over the wall?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, because you play third base. If you catch the ball, like you can catch the ball and go into the stands in foul territory, and it's an out, right?
Yeah, but I don't. You can't jump in the stands and then catch the ball. You have to be on the field when you catch the ball. So that's a great question, because he was definitely in the air and then caught the ball, and then flew over the wall. So
yeah.
I mean, I guess technically that could have been a homer.
Yeah. Well, I think it should have been a home run. We saw a play at Fenway a couple of weeks ago where you had a player who went into the bullpen and, they called it an out even though he fell into home run territory. All right, let me get to the serious stuff here. You're leading the National League in hitting. How often do you look at the newspaper to see where you are with everybody else?
Well, nowadays there's not very many newspapers to look at. But
okay, your iPad or your iPhone. How often do you just keep an eye on who's tracking you down?
Sounds so bad. No, but I mean that stuff's everywhere. You know, you go to different stadiums and they have all the information flashing up. But I don't know who's behind me or how far ahead I am or how close it is. I'm just trying to go and take as many good at-bats as I can and get on base as much as I can, especially with Bellinger hitting behind me. I feel like I'm in scoring position if I can just get to first base. So, it's a cool thing. Obviously, everything's going good, but we still got a lot of baseball left. And to start looking at it now, I think would be doing myself a disservice.
Is there a part of you that wishes the playoffs started right now, aside from not having Kershaw there, but the way you guys have been playing?
Yeah, we've been asked that a lot. I think, with as many veterans as we do have a lot of young guys still, and there's still room for everyone to grow, not just the young guys. I think everyone can learn and get better and try to figure out what we're trying to do here. And the amount of information that this game has to offer now is crazy, and I think we're kind of on the brink of grasping it and how to turn numbers into information that you can actually use on the field. And our coaching staff has been unbelievable. So I think, this last, month or so, we're going to take the time and take advantage of trying to get better with all the information we have and how we can put it to use and how we can make it help us win games on the field in the playoffs.
He's Justin Turner. He's leading the National League. He was an all-star, leading the National League in hitting. But explain to me, right before that 2014 season, it's a pretty amazing story, though, when you consider you were let go by the Mets, and then you're just sort of floating out there, and then you end up with the Dodgers. Like, how do you put all that together if you were trying to explain it to somebody?
Yeah, that was a tough time for me. I was actually heading down to the Players Association meetings in San Diego as a representative for the Mets, and on my way down, I got the phone call from Sandy saying that they needed some roster space, and they were letting me go and non-tendering me, and that off season was hard. I would get calls from my agent every other day saying, "Oh, this team's interested," and then nothing would come of it. And you hear a team name and you get excited and you start, looking at their roster and their stuff, and then the next day that team's out of it. And it was a brutal process. And at the end, it came down to the Red Sox and Twins, and I was getting close to making a decision. And Marlon Byrd called me, and he was good friends with Michael Young, who was with the Dodgers at the time, and he was trying to make a decision on whether he was going to come back and play one more year or whether he was going to retire. So Marlon called me and said, "Hey, don't sign anywhere yet. If Michael Young decides to retire, I think the Dodgers are going to call you.
Oh, man.
And sure enough, I think a couple days later, Michael decided he wanted to spend time with the family, and then my phone rang, and the Dodgers called.
If I would have told you at that time when the Dodgers called, hey, by the way, you're going to start and you're going to lead the National League in hitting 1 year.
Yeah, that would have been hard to see at that time. I was going through some stuff, making some changes in my swing and trying to get better, but that definitely would have been hard to see.
How good were you as a little leaguer?
I think I was a good player. I don't think I was a standout guy. I was always small. My junior year of high school, I was only 5'9", 130 pounds, so I never really stuck out on the field. I had to take advantage of trying to be as smart as I could and be a baseball player to get noticed. And then eventually, through college and when I got to pro ball, I started getting a little bit bigger and stronger, and the ball started going a little further for me.
I love the story about Ed Sheeran, who was at Staples, and then he wore your jersey out for an encore there. This just feels like ginger on ginger love there, right? Is that what you see with Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, that was crazy. I actually had no idea he was doing that. We were trying to reach out to him because we knew he was in L.A. We knew we were in L.A. We were trying to get him to come to the stadium, come to a game, or at least come in the clubhouse and talk to some guys, and it didn't end up working out. And then next thing I know, we get in the locker room from the game, and my phone has a million messages on it saying that Ed Sheeran's wearing your jersey for the encore playing Shape of You right now at the Staples Center. I'm like, what? And then I get all these videos and pictures and texts, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then he did it again the next night. So definitely feel pretty honored about that, and hopefully I'll get to go see him in concert one day.
Wait, is this your walk-up song?
Yeah.
When did you adopt this?
Song. From day one this year, I've been using it. So I heard it this off season, liked it. Obviously, he's a ginger, so I was like, "This is it. This is what we're going with this year." So it couldn't have worked out any better.
Yeah, but you strike me a little more hardcore music than Ed Sheeran. Like, do you like metal? Rock and roll?
I like everything. I don't love metal, but I'll listen to it. Brandon McCarthy, when he works out, plays some pretty heavy stuff, and
yeah,
I'm probably the only guy on the team that doesn't mind it. But I like everything. I don't discriminate. As long as there's a beat to it, I'll listen to it. I play music all the time in the clubhouse and for guys, and I try to cover all the genres and keep everyone happy. So, yeah.
Well, that's why you're the team leader. Hey,
yeah, I guess.
Hey, congrats on the success so far, and certainly a great moment in your career. Not exactly an overnight sensation, but it feels like that for you. But congrats on the All-Star game and right now the season you're having. We appreciate your time, Justin.
All right, thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me on.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.